Oh, and we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back. We are back.
We are back.
We're back.
We're back. And we're
We're
back. And we're
back.
back. And we're back.
We're
And we're
back.
back. And we're
We're
back.
back. We're back. Backpacking in the backpacking in the backpacking in the hacking sack. We're backpacking
with the hacky sack. Coming
back in the
back.
hacking sack. I'm kicking hacky sacks. I don't give a fuck. And I got my backpack.
Because we're back.
Because we're back.
Oh my God, guys. Welcome
What's up,
back
y'all?
after so long to the Chase is Dead podcast.
Welcome
As
back.
always, we're your hosts. My name's Nick.
And per usual, I'm Phil.
Guys, I am so fucking sorry that it has taken so long for us to get back. Oh my God.
It has been a long
It's been
time.
2 months about. In fact, I didn't even get a chance to
A little bit over
check
2 months, yeah.
our last air date. If I remember correctly.
Because why would we know these things, huh? Why would we know these things? Why do you expect me to know everything? Why can't you know something? For
Yeah,
once,
why-
huh? Why can't you know something
Why
that
is
I
it
don't have
always
to
on
know?
us?
Why can't you talk to me?
So our last upload was a
You're the
casual
worst.
Friday on May 7th. So we're going on
Ooh.
almost 4 months since we've recorded
Sorry.
and put out anything.
Sorry.
Guys, I cannot apologize enough. We have missed it and we've missed all of you, but life got busy.
Life was
dude,
wild.
we got our comeuppance, dude. We were talking so much shit on Create Tyler and we disappeared for 4 months.
That's true.
Dude, we did it. We
and we
literally
kept saying
did
that
it.
we were going to do it, too.
We literally did it.
We did keep saying that we
So
were
you know
gonna
what?
do it.
We're hypocrites. We fucked up.
We're a bunch of hypocrites.
We fucked up on
And
that
I'm
one.
sorry.
So I'm gonna.
I
have
said
to,
I'm
gonna have
sorry.
to take that back for
I
sure.
said I'm sorry.
So Create Tyler, even though you are still kind of shitty for doing it continuously, we do now understand how hard it is.
I
Sometimes.
do. I get it.
I get it.
I
Sometimes.
get it. Things happen. But can I say, though, that
Yes.
like
Please do.
we also aren't flying to different European countries
that is
and
a good
like driving
point.
expensive cars
That's a good point.
and still posting on Instagram, but just not making YouTube videos.
That's very true. That is
so
extremely
we're a little different
true.
because we were working.
Yeah,
we
we were.
were doing
We
a lot of work. We're still working.
Yep. We got some cool shit coming out, guys. If any of you guys are interested in our like actual film stuff that we do, we got a couple of music videos dropping pretty soon. One that's actually coming out this Friday. If this ends up going out on Friday, then
Hopefully.
today, you can check out the Venus Flytrap.
Which
music
one are you going
video.
to check out first? Which one did you check out
That's
first?
the
Leave it in the
question.
comments.
That's
Or
it.
don't.
Or don't. Or maybe don't.
Or don't.
Or we don't. And we don't have to.
Maybe we don't. So we don't have to
Um,
talk to you. I'm kidding. I missed you.
But check out the Venus Flytrap music video. It's by Will Stokes, directed by myself, and it was composed and mixed by Phil.
I
right
produced
over here.
it.
Yep. So that was a great time.
I'm a producer.
Yeah, dude. I think we knocked it out of the
I
park.
make produce.
Yes,
Like
he
lettuce
does. He makes
and
lettuces, and apples and different things.
lettuces and apples, and I got all the grapes.
Oh my god, dude, that
Oh,
song.
I don't wanna
that
keep
song
going.
is still stuck in my head from that TikTok. From
They
that fucking
say
guy.
build a chocolate. You don't get to pick and choose.
Dude,
Different
oh, this
walnuts,
guy.
different
Oh,
flavors,
man.
different chocolates, different
Rappers,
rappers.
dude, I cannot.
Sorry,
All right,
that-
we'll get back to
sorry.
that at some point.
Yeah,
Um,
we're probably gonna put it up here at some point.
But we worked on a couple of music videos. We got a documentary that we're shooting in a couple of weeks, which we're all very excited about.
Very excited
And
about.
we also applied for this grant in order to make a children's television show that's about science with a
Yeah.
company that we partnered with. So we've
Yeah.
been
Are we allowed
pretty
to
busy.
say the name?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not just now. Just because I want to promote them in a huge way, but I want to make sure that we're making moves with
Got
that
you.
first.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but
Disregard my
we've been
last
busy
tweet.
for
I'm
sure.
just kidding. I did tweet it. I'm sorry. I'm
Yes,
just
he
kidding.
did.
I didn't. I
He
didn't.
did.
I
No.
swear to God,
dude.
I
I
didn't.
know you did. I already
didn't.
saw. I already saw the tweet. I already saw the tweet. I already saw.
I would never have done it.
So, besides work in our personal lives, you probably have noticed that we are in a very different setting. We're still experimenting with where we want to continue to record the cast. We might be on the road a little bit.
We
We're
moved out.
trying- But yeah, we moved
moved
out
out of the house.
We moved out of the house, unfortunately. So we all kind of went partially separate ways. Just Phil moved in with a couple of our roommates who are living there currently, and they live near our old place. I moved in with Redacted, who's the shadowy entity that inhabits the show sometimes. And
Did you just give away the identity of Shadow?
yes,
Of the
I did.
Shadow entity?
I can always censor it. You can always censor that part out.
Fine.
Yeah.
So people are at least gonna know that you live with the shadowy entity.
Redacted.
You better
Anyway,
redact that. She better write that down.
I'll just redact that shit out. But yeah, so we're still figuring out where we're going to be recording. And, I have to admit, I missed the doors. I miss our entrance.
I know our entrance.
The entrance was
we
iconic.
were like thinking about it today, and I was like, I guess I could come out from under the table. I know we used the shtick before, but you know what I mean.
We got to do it. We got to do something.
What works. You know what I mean.
When we eventually
don't fix it if it's broke.
If we get into a second season and maybe we have some money eventually down the road, we got to build the doors. We have to have the doors back on our set so we can enter
something
through
like
them
that.
again.
Just something we have to have something for the entrance.
Yep. We're thinking about making an intro to the show, like an actual. I mean, besides what we already have right now, like an intro with me and Phil in it and stuff like that. So if you guys think that would be dope, why don't you just drop a comment below and let us know?
Yeah.
Then we can start to make that.
Absolutely. By the way, real quick, if you see me moving my mic around, it's because I have it on a scepter.
Yeah, Phil.
So
is
I could technically
prince.
have a regular podcast mic,
He's
but
a
I would just
princey
have
boy.
to hold it up. But
He's a
right
princey
now
boy.
I'm a little scepter boy.
He's a little princey boy.
Because my regular mic stand is at home.
You know what?
And we don't live together, so
I'm deciding right now. We're gonna be a Jewel podcast now.
I was gonna say,
I'm gonna hit that right now.
All right.
I mean, look, it's tobacco, for the love of God. I have a nicotine addiction.
I mean,
what do you
even
want me
if
to
it
do?
was weed, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. Well, I know it's legal in New York now, so we're fine. We're totally fine.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
kids,
go ahead, get all gacked up on Whoop Chicken.
Get all gacked up on Whoop, dude. That's gonna be my catchphrase on the show now.
I'm all gagged up on Whoop.
We're gonna be in the middle of an album review, and you'll be like, "Yeah, so like City of Syrup," and I'll be like, "That sounds absolutely gacked up on Whoop Chicken, dude."
Dude, that sounds
cannot
like some Whoop
wait
Chicken
to hear
right
that.
there.
That's some Whoop Chicken right there, dude.
Whoop Chicken.
I have to say to SNL, that was a pretty good one.
That was a pretty good funny sketch. I can't lie. I can't lie. I
can't lie.
I am trying so hard.
So we moved. It's been very busy. It's been a busy time.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've had some crazy memories recently.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, not super recently now.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's actually funny. We recorded an episode.
We did.
About 3 months ago. So we had been off for a little while. We recorded it, and we had recently gotten a stream deck because we're trying to. Oh, there's the cat.
I just saw it in the monitor.
We do have a cat here, so you might see our cat. Zoo.
No, there's no
around.
cat here, dude.
There is a cat.
There's no cat.
There's cat.
There's no cat. That was a ghost. You have to let it go. We know you were a cat in your past life, but you have to let it go now. Go to the yarn ball in the sky. Go to the scratching post in the clouds.
Do you remember when we used to do the cat fighting thing all the time?
I think we did it on
camera at least once or twice.
Yeah.
Let
me see that.
Yeah, no, you take that. You go ahead and take that right now. So it has been a crazy time. What were we talking about before the cat? I know it was something about some changes that have occurred since
I don't know.
Since we got out of there.
We're about to upgrade the cast a little bit.
Yes.
Especially with gear.
Yep.
We're going to find the right place to shoot. And
exactly.
The right kind of setting that we're going to start shooting in.
Yep. We're going to up the ante a little bit.
Yeah. We're going to up it a little bit.
Because
and then with the new gear, we'll be able to have more guests because we'll actually have
a 10-channel mixer.
The gear to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
And it's going to look cool.
I'm going to
have a big little mixer thing in front of us.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
I think I hit your stand first.
You did.
Before you did.
You did. And also that reminds me of what we were talking about. We got a stream deck, so we are going to be doing straight through shooting as soon as I can get a dummy battery for the camera that we're shooting on right now, so it'll actually stay on.
You don't have to insult the battery.
It's a dummy.
Stop.
It failed out of junior high.
Why are you bullying him?
You
know he's having a hard time at school anyways.
Yeah? Well, he just got arrested.
What?
For assault and battery.
Excuse me? Well, he's more than a dummy.
Yeah.
He's a criminal.
He's a criminal. Dummy thick criminal. Anyway.
Dummy thick.
So we're going to try a 2-camera setup pretty soon. We just need to get it figured out. And we have to optimize the stream deck to actually give us the 4K quality that we want. Because right now it was recording in HD and it looked like hot garbage coming out of the
it wasn't
the other
great.
end.
Wasn't really great. To be honest, it wasn't great, mate.
To be honest, it wasn't too great,
I took it there. I took it to a British accent on the podcast.
Yep.
What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do?
You already gave us the view.
Oh, governor.
Oh, mate.
Oh, my. Oh,
come
man.
To me,
oh, come on, man.
Speaking like that reminds me. Big Shaq, come on our fucking
Big Shaq,
show.
you better come on our fucking
You
show
better come
right
on
now.
our show
You
so I
think-
can come on Nick.
You think that we can just be off for 4 months almost and we're just going to forget? We're going to go out there and be like, oh my God, we have this whole show to do. We got to talk about new albums. We got to talk about a bunch of shit. Guess what? We're talking about Big Shaq and there's a cat on the table.
I would never forget about you,
There's
Big
a
Shaq.
cat
And
on the
also, there's a motherfucking cat on the table.
This cat is going to be
All
a
right,
major
hold
part
this,
of this
hold my
content.
scepter.
Yeah, oh, I'll hold your scepter. You just put her down over there. Come on, Sue. You get out of here. Yeah, that's what I thought.
You go on getting that.
You ridiculous
You get on
cat.
out of here. Come on.
That will probably happen relatively often until we are not filming in the living room anymore.
That was good.
So
That
Big
was good.
Shaq, come on our show because we haven't forgotten.
Come on the show
Yep, for serious.
so we can talk.
For serious.
For serious,
se-
man.
se-
For serious.
serious.
Guys, I'm super serial. I'm
Dude,
super
I'm
serial.
serial.
I'm super serial, guys.
I just want you to believe in Man Bear Pig and I'm being super
I'm being super serial about Man Ball Pig.
Oh man, it's crazy how much we
I like-
clown Al Gore.
Yeah.
like,
And he
man,
actually was like a
he's a good
like
dude.
a good presidential
Yep.
candidate. Actually.
And we just-
like genuinely had like a career politician
and we just
who
make
had
fun
good
of him.
connections, but the billionaires said no. They said
No. Nope. Yeah, we're not gonna allow that.
no.
So Phil,
Hurt my neck.
we got some music to talk about.
We do have
again.
music to talk about.
We do.
I'm
We absolutely do.
excited.
I'm extremely excited. So I'm going to be talking about the new stuff, and I don't really have a specific album to talk about, but I want to talk about the hype surrounding Donda, surrounding
Donda.
Certified Lover Boy,
Certified.
and we might touch a little bit on Tyler's new album. But
touch all over
everybody has talked about that album, so I don't feel like I have anything new to add to the conversation.
Everybody's touching up on Tyler.
The only thing I will say is that, man, Tyler, the creator, is getting ballsy in these interviews, dude. He is saying
Yeah, he
some
doesn't care.
shit.
He doesn't. Oh, the shit about DJ Khaled.
Well, not even that. Just like the shit where he's out there just being like, I am better than everyone else for these reasons. And like, he's got a really great
Gotta have
perspective.
confidence for it.
I'm not, making a dig at him. Like, I think that the interviews are sick. It's nice to hear somebody
I think
speak
you're
out
digging
like
with
that.
a shovel, dude. I think you're down in the dirt,
I'm
digging
not
with a shovel.
digging. I can't even dig a sandcastle, man.
Man, I ain't even got hands to dig.
Man, look at the and then I just put up stumps. Like
I got
they're just
stumps,
idiot. Where
Learn
did
to be
your hands
respectful,
go?
ableist.
Where did your hands go? Just so confused by that. Yeah. So I'm going to be talking about the hype of those new albums, and then I believe Phil's going to be taking us back to a very nostalgic time for a lot of people.
Taking it
our
back.
age.
We're
We're going back to 2011, and Phil's going to be talking about "Camp" by Childish Gambino.
by the Childish Gambino.
By the Childish Gambino.
I am
Childish
indeed.
Gams.
So who starts first? Did we do old first? I'm not gonna lie. It's been so long. I forget the structure of
we
how we do
always
that.
we always switch off, so the new album always goes first, and then the old album always
go
goes.
ahead.
And we
Then.
just
Let's
switch.
do it.
So Phil, I got a question for you.
I might have an answer.
Do you think that Donda is going to come out?
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
How long do you
100%.
think it's going to take?
My guess is October
You think October?
because he's in his third listening session right now.
Zoo. Zoo. You
He's in his-
ridiculous cat.
He's in his third listening session right now that he's about to have at in Chicago at some stadium in Chicago.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. I don't think it's coming out till October.
Well, apparently his manager was responding to Instagram comments, and people were asking, is it finally going to come out after the Chicago event? And he said 100% it will, because it's done, apparently.
Well, okay, wait. So here's the thing though.
Yes.
Anytime. That is such a vague answer. To be like 100% after the thing. It's like, but how soon after?
No, you're right.
Because after is literally at any point after it occurs.
You've got a good point there.
You know what I
No,
mean?
you're right.
So,
I mean, see, I'm interested.
I don't know.
I'm extremely interested because
I like that he brought Mike
seems-
Dean into the project.
It seems like it's way more formed than Yandi, but also wasn't Yandi like close to finished? And
He
then
said it was like
scrapped it?
95% finished.
At
and then he
least
scrapped
by
the whole thing.
Kanye's claims.
And then he
they
scrapped
were
the
close.
he scrapped the whole
He
thing.
scrapped the whole thing. That's the whole, and like
That's crazy.
I
A
just
whole album.
I'm interested in
OWBUN
what's going to happen
album.
with this, because I saw the first listening event that was on Apple Music, because I have Apple Music,
Yeah, I listened
because
to
I'm
it.
the one person who has Apple Music and not Spotify.
Yeah.
And
Shame him. Shame
it was
him.
a
in the comments. Shame him.
it was a cool event. There were obviously some Kanye-isms. The three, I don't know exactly how long it was, but the literal 2 to 3 minutes of Donda over and over again was definitely Kanye in the truest form,
Yeah.
for sure.
That stuff like that makes me think that he's listening for the phrase, and like maybe someone back there is like fucking with different sections of it so he can hear how it sounds like mastered.
Could be.
It's a very interesting thing to have. Like I will say it's kind of a baller move to be like, I'm not going to do my listening party in like a theater or a place that's specifically meant
I'm gonna
for
do a stadium.
audio. I'm going to do a stadium so I know what it sounds like when I
Stadium.
tour.
That
Like
is an interesting
that's
choice.
pretty ballsy, honestly.
No, that's
I
pretty
kind of
ball-
like that.
And dude, the performance, like the crowd of people that he
People
had
love
performing
it.
with him, it was pretty good. Like it was like, I mean, look, like obviously I'm not a fine arts critique, I'm not going to be one who can speak to the artistic merit of concert performances like that. So I'm not going to stand up here and be like, this was sublime for these reasons. But just from an average audience goer's perspective for live performance, it was really cool. I mean, they had levels of movement. You had this amorphous kind of crowd of people doing different things around Kanye. And even though Kanye was mainly not motionless, but just kind of stuck in this little room in the center of the stadium, I mean, it was incredible. Beyond the grand finale that everyone's memed to all hell, where he's floating up into the stadium.
that was such a wild thing to see.
That
on
was
Twitter
crazy.
The next day, I was like, "Are you serious?"
That was
Kanye?"
wild. So
It's kind of cool.
it was pretty cool. I've heard that the other listening events have been impressive. There's obviously been some celebrities there who have raved
Well, it's
about it.
undoubtable he's a good producer.
Of course.
So what he makes is
Well,
gonna.
he's a good entertainer too, though.
Yeah.
Because it takes, it definitely takes something to create something on that scale. Again, like you said, to test your album out for the first time publicly in a stadium, that's a baller move. Like you got to already
Well,
know.
he probably had like secret listening parties at like his
Well,
at the Good Music
the first
Studios,
public
but,
one.
Like, but like
The
the
first
first
public
like
one.
public one. Yeah.
So I think that's interesting. But really what I want to talk about as far as Drake goes is this beef that's kind of brewing a little
Damn
bit.
good marketing.
It is fantastic marketing. And that text that Kanye sent out, of course, is fucking ominous. Like that is the weirdest shit that I've ever seen, where he's like, he sends the Joker and adds Pusha T to that group. Did you see that?
You will never recover.
You will never
I
recover
promise
from
you
this.
that.
I promise you. It's like, dude, what is like, first of all,
I'm
here's
gonna
the
start
thing.
saying that to you, bro.
I don't love Drake. I don't. I think that he's
There's a
an
cat on the microwave.
undeniably fantastic entertainer, and he will never be denied as being one of the biggest superstars of our generation by far. But that said, I mean, like, there's nothing that I think that I was talking to a few different people about this today. There's nothing that Kanye
Sorry.
can
the cat
do to
was really funny.
Drake, and there's nothing really that Drake can do to Kanye,
Yeah.
like, and I don't mean that as a
that's
detriment
in
to
the
either
lyric
of them.
on the Trippie Red album. That was the controversial thing.
No,
That-
exactly.
Like that.
He
What
called
started
out
it all
Ye,
is
yeah.
that he said, "Ye cannot change me," or "Ye can't change anything." It's set in stone.
Yeah. So it's just like,
It's like
I
wow.
want to know how
So,
much
like-
of that is planned, or like,
It sounds like they really have beef.
well, but does
honestly.
Kanye have more of it? Because it seems like his entire roster of people behind him hate him, like hate Drake like that. But I just don't see Drake, I don't know, like reciprocate or just like trying to
That's what makes me think if it has.
reciprocate that a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, yeah, it doesn't seem like it goes both ways on that. Like
I don't know.
in the caliber of like beef and pettiness that happens. Like, but honestly, that's what makes me think that Drake is the one who started it.
Yeah.
Whatever it was,
Yeah.
it sounds like Drake might have started it in like as like a private beef.
Yeah.
And Kanye took it public.
Could be. It definitely could be. But it's just interesting how that has turned into the major viral marketing campaign. you know? And like, look, it
People
could be
love
genuine.
drama, bro.
It
We're
could
so dramatic
absolutely
these days.
could absolutely be genuine, and maybe it is, but
Beef sells tickets.
it's just interesting to see
But
those
so
like
does
an
chicken.
unstoppable force and an immovable object
And
kind of
fish.
collide with that, because the Drake and Pusha beef was different, you know? Like,
Do you think Pusha might have taken it too far with the kid thing?
that's a hard question. I mean, it's rap, so nothing's off the table in a way, you know? Because like people have come for each other in fucked up ways. I mean, like not even mainstream rap. I mean, like if you go into like the bowels of YouTube and you start looking for battle rap like stuff, like A-Hat and like the shit that they do out in Las Vegas, like
Yeah.
people who are really battle rapping,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
their scene and shit. Like people will come for everything. Like there's
they dig things up on each other. That's like
Dude, there's
wild, like crazy.
there's a
stuff.
transgender rapper who is very good, and they really give them a hard time. like
for being trans.
yeah, which is insane. Like it's crazy. So for
Sounds
that
like lazy
reason,
writing to me, honestly.
yeah, it is. But like, so that's where it's hard for me. Like, you drag the kid into it, which I don't think is cool. But also at the same time, like, he's Drake. Like, there's not a lot, and that's what I'm talking about. Is there's not a lot that you can say that will be so impactful that people will actually take a second look at Drake.
That's true.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
that
is
is
that
true.
like
I'll give you that.
like, what else was he gonna say? Like, sure, he had the lines about his parents. He had the lines about questioning his racial identity, which is already enough. But then going for the throat like that by it's one thing to just call him a deadbeat dad, like people have said about like Ludacris and shit like that, like just passively. Like at least if you have your kids public and everything like that,
Yeah.
you can't quantify the level of denial that Drake has by not mentioning anything, but then on top of that, trying to monetize the release, the drop of the knowledge that he has a fucking kid. Like
that
that's
seems
what
a
I
little
think.
fucked up. It's
That's
like,
what cut
do
deeper
the ends
for me
justify the means at that point?
was
Yeah.
the Adidas press run thing. Like the Adonis, like dropping that shit, like that's one thing. But then you revealing that his fatherhood, his view of fatherhood is warped to such a degree that the kid is an object to promote, to market. Like that is a deep,
It just
deep cut into
Yeah.
somebody. Like that's beyond just saying you're not there for your kids. You're saying that you don't give a shit about people, even your kids.
Yeah.
Like that's a next
Yeah.
level thing. And Drake had nothing to come back with. Because what are you gonna say to Push, dude? Realistically, what are you gonna say to
Because
Push?
he started off at 100. He basically laid all the cards out, and he was just like, "What's up?
Yeah,
What's
dude,
up with
that's
you?
That's
what
it.
are you doing, bro?"
And so here's my question.
And yeah, that's true. Like, what do you say at that?
There's
point, you know what I
rumors
mean?
about Drake that have been circulating forever. There's rumors that I've heard about, of course, like him talking to fucking underage girls. There have been rumors about him having like deep ass mob ties and like doing, you know, like really dark racketeering
Well, he's like definitely
kind of
in
shit.
Toronto's mob. Yeah,
So-
for sure. Like I believe it.
There's shit to pull up,
Toronto.
but it will never be like that. It will never be Story of Adidon ever again. That will never happen
No.
again to Drake. And what are you going to do to Kanye? Because beyond him being solidified, everyone agrees that he's one of the, you know, regardless of whether you like his music or you think it's bullshit or not, he's an impactful musician.
Yeah.
He changed rap music. You can't say that he didn't. I don't give a shit who you are. So for that reason, the man already has lost so much in so many different ways.
Yeah.
What are you going to say to Kanye West that's going to make him shut the fuck up like you did? Like realistically, what do
Yeah.
you, because it would have to be a bombshell
If he
thing
could prove that
totally
Kanye cheated
changes.
or something, like,
Dude, it would have to be more than that. You would have to prove that
like a second
Kanye
family.
doesn't believe in God and he's using that shit in the Sunday service choir as a marketing tactic. Like it would have to be something.
I feel like you just have to look at that.
It would
and
have to
see
be
what he does
something
with
like
them
that.
to just know that.
Well, no,
but
but
like a confession.
like get him on tape.
yeah, being
being
like,
like-
I don't care about this.
Like, I don't give a shit about God. Like, you think I care about God? I'm just here making fucking money. Like, this
Yeah.
is a great way to
Yeah.
push my Gap campaign, my Yeezy Gap campaign. Like, if you had that, and then you could be like, dude, you put out a gospel album and you're talking about how you don't believe in God. Like that, even that wouldn't stack up, really, if you really think
I don't know,
about
dude,
it.
because he got a huge following.
No, I get it, but even that, man, it's not a secret kid. Like, you're right. It would have to be like, no, even not a secret family would do that. I
remember when I found out about the whole, like when the Drake thing dropped, I was
Yeah.
like, I wasn't surprised. Was anyone really that surprised about it?
I wasn't surprised as much as just sort of like, dude, how did you let that happen?
Yeah.
Like, and I hate to say that about the kid, and I don't mean anything negative about his son. I'm just saying that, like, you're in the public eye since you were on fucking Degrassi, bro. Like, you should know that you can't hide that. If any person is aware that that's going to happen, it's going to make it to that camp. It doesn't have to be Push's camp, but it will be someone who wants to fuck with you.
Yeah,
That will come back to you. Like, dude, I can't even imagine being that reckless as a public figure.
as a dad.
Like, you really think that you could do that because you're Drake? Like, that goes beyond. And I
Dude,
don't
take care.
think that
Views.
Kanye has something like that Drake can pull out. And as I said before, there's nothing that Kanye can bring that will do that level of damage again. And unfortunately, even with Story of Adidon, Drake's still poised to have one of the biggest albums of the year, in addition to Donda. So, like,
yeah,
yes,
I'm really interested.
Push knocked the wind out of him. Like, he definitely gave him a gut punch, and that winded him, but it didn't stop the progression. And I love Pusha T, but Drake's, as far as mainstream appeal, there's no competition at all. Like, more grandmas know Drake than Pusha T. So for that reason,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
like, it's just undeniable, man. I don't love his music,
but I would say it's like overall Drake has more popularity, but Pusha T has more respect and more popularity,
of course.
specifically within hip hop and rap.
Of course, no, absolutely.
So I think, and that's
I'm
what I
talking
think
purely
more,
about mainstream appeal.
Yeah,
Pop
but see,
star.
I don't think Pusha cares about pop star shit.
No,
That's
he
why
doesn't.
He did it.
No, he doesn't.
He was like,
That's
"You're
why.
you're a fucking fake. Like,
No.
stop saying that you're
And
one of us."
That's why he could come for him
Yeah.
like that, because he was willing to get his hands
Kanye used
that
to have
dirty.
He
you know?
used to have an influence like that, like Pusha, and that, I mean, I'm sure that's what initially brought Pusha to good music.
And that's
but,
the other thing.
But
Kanye
now I don't think he even holds that kind of candle in the hip hop community.
Kanye has done so much self-destructive shit in the public eye that what are you gonna say to him, dude? This is the guy that
That
came
shit
out
sound
and
like
said,
a choice.
"Yeah,
I mean, how do
slavery
you
is
come
a
back from
choice."
that?
And like
400 years.
him breaking down during his like presidential like race or campaign announcement. Do you
Yeah.
remember that? He was
Oh,
in a
of course.
bulletproof vest and
Yeah.
shit the whole time. And like, look, I cannot imagine the stress of living that life, you know, and like especially being someone with
involved with the
bipolar disorder
Kardashians, too.
Like, it must
Like
be
literally
dissonance.
the devil's family in Hollywood.
It's just dissonance all the time. So I'm not saying that it's the man's fault. I'm just saying that what do they always say? You don't fuck with a guy who has nothing to lose. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that Kanye is this unhinged Travis from Taxi Driver like kind of fucking person. I'm just saying that the man is so solidified and he's been through so much and said so much about himself and represented himself in such a destructive
So
way
poorly.
publicly. What are you going to say that can match that? Because you can't. Like, I refuse to believe that even Drake is creative enough, Ghost Rider or not, to fucking
You
come
can't
up
even
with
say
bars.
that he used to be whack anyways, too. Like, you can say he's whack now, which is like
Yeah.
the argument that people have against Eminem. But
Also,
I don't know
we're-
if we can claim that. What?
We're about to run out. We should take a break for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, we're
We'll
not
be right
running
back,
through
guys.
Streamboard?
No, we're not.
Okay, cool.
Yep. We'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay, bye.
And we're back.
What up?
So yeah, so to wrap that up, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen numbers wise and just drama wise around both Donda and Certified Lover Boy. The only thing I'm going to say about Tyler, besides the fact that he's been going off in interviews and everything, is just it's a solid project. If you like the new trajectory that Tyler has been going in musically over the last like 5 years or so, I guess like 3 or 5 years, you'll like it. I
Yeah.
think it's a more solid project than Flower Boy, personally. I think he had a little bit of a return to form. There's definitely some I think more like Yonkers era Tyler influences.
He's got his like mojo, but like his confidence.
He's got that
like he's got that like fuck you, I don't give a fuck.
kind
of thing again. I like it,
which is good. I think that's the best that when he's like that, when he's in that mode, that's the best that he gets. Not to again dig at Tyler. I just think that the Flower Boy shit worked for what it was, but I like this mix of both. The only thing that I will say, which I guess is a personal matter that they're still working out, is I really wish there was an ASAP feature on that. I know that they're not talking right now, apparently.
He said that he sent there was a song that was for him, and he never responded.
He never responded.
Which is wild.
That is pretty crazy. And like, I don't know what happened between the two of them. Friends fall off. That shit happens. Like,
Correct.
That happens to everybody, let alone your level of celebrity. So for that reason,
Your level of celebrity. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but that's like I understand why that happened, I guess, but I would have loved to see another potato salad kind of thing, or another
They were seen together recently, so I think that
maybe it's coming back.
I think on ASAP's new album, I think Tyler will be there.
Yeah, I'm with it. So
And maybe another single. We'll see.
We'll have to see. So look out for Donda, look out for Certified Lover Boy, and of course, if you haven't yet, listen to Call Me If You Get Lost, because it's a fantastic album.
Mr. Baudelaire.
Yep, Tyler Baudelaire. It's great, and also the music video projects that he did around that were also extremely well done,
and all the live performances on like Jimmy Fallon and like he did another one I don't remember, and also his concerts have apparently been like.
Obviously, I'm a sucker for a good music video, and on top of that, doing live interpretations of a visual is even harder, especially on a live show like that, like a late night television show. That's, I mean, it's not live, but it's live to tape. So for that reason, my hat is off to Tyler and his creative team, because they really snapped off on this one, dude. Like, they were really going hard, and they succeeded, dude. They really did. Like, there's some solid work on there from both the visual and production the sonic too. Standpoint.
Great.
Very good. Cool. Okay, do you want to do lore and then go into talk about camp?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do some chase lore.
Chase lore.
That's the chase lore. It feels good to be back in the temple. Temple.
We're back in the temple. It's a metaphorical temple, not actually in a temple. Put the steel up to your temple. Gonna put a gun to your head. Gonna pray to chase him back. I'm coughing because my throat is dry.
Yep. So if you guys are following along at home, we are currently on the Christian Bible chapter equivalent in the book of Chase of the book of Ezra. And the major theme for this chapter in both the Bible and in the book of Chase is revival and reformation. So you might notice that we do not have an offering on the table today.
This is just my cup. This is not the offering.
Yes, it is not an offering. So for that reason, today, myself and Phil, we are the offering to Chase. And the reason, which Phil will go into further detail on, is mainly the fact that we've been gone for a long time. We've strayed away from God. We have strayed away from Chase. And for that reason, we have to get into the gym, bake some rye bread, and really show what being a chaseist is all about. So, do you want to talk a little bit about that, Phil?
So, in the Bible, my eye hurts.
Oh my God.
I'm dying.
Dude, that's the power of Chase. He's blinding you with his light
exactly, dude.
off of his shimmering
the energy
pecs.
I'm feeling from the divine intervention of Chase right now is like
It's
wanting to burn
overwhelming.
my eyes, because like what it's doing right now is it's so much energy and like passion for working out that like it's just like starting to like consume my physical my mortal vehicle.
I'm currently molding dough for bread that is not here. Like I can't stop throwing
that's
it
how
on
much
the
it is.
table and just
It's wild.
moving it around.
So in the Chronicles 1st and 2nd, right? We talked about the temple of Israel fell, right? And Jerusalem has basically been evacuated. So in Ezra, what happens is two different sections, right? And what happens in Ezra is basically like, in the beginning, basically what happens is the king of Persia basically tells Israel, they're like, yeah, you know what? You can actually start rebuilding Jerusalem and everything. It'll be okay. Like we're cool with that. So they start building it, and they realize it's going really slow, right? And like they just don't know what to do. And then they realize what's happening is that there were no Israelites who were working on the temples in the town of Jerusalem at all. They were being consulted on the building of their holy land. And so basically, the second part is God talked through the king Artaxerxes of Persia. And he said, hey, yo, send Ezra's ass down to Israel to go rebuild that shit and get them motivated to start working that shit out, okay? And so that's what happened. And basically what it is, Ezra comes with the messages of God being like, hey, this is what you got to do from now on. This is why it fell. So stop with this shit. And one of those shit was the Israelites had too many foreign wives and children. Meaning foreign as in like they weren't Israelites. So they got rid of them.
Wow.
And Israel is now back at the end of chapter of Ezra.
So
how does that relate to our Chusean chapter today?
One will often find themselves in a valley of faith. And it is not important how long the valley lasts, but the fact that you return to the chase eventually. You will find that chase is always with you, and the peaks will come again for the valleys that you have. Chaseism embraces the fluctuation of fortune and the ebb and flow of faith in working out and in making bread. Today we are the offering, and in this offering, the show is reconsecrated in the name of Chase. We are going to come back to the promised brand, and we will find a way to rip iron to the point that we are so yoked that eggs get jealous when we walk in the room. It is now important that Phil and I bathe ourselves in the ceremonial candles smoke, and I will bless the holy chicken as well as the holy spinach. And in Chase's name, we are renewed to the point that I can feel the masculine energy running through my veins. In fact, I'm straight up fucking Ohio, baby.
I'm straight up fucking Ohio, baby. I'm straight up fucking Ohio, baby. I'm straight up fucking Ohio, baby.
In the name of Chase. Amen.
Amen.
So that's our little ceremony. That's the closest that we're ever going to get to having a fucking cult.
That was basically our communion.
That was pretty good.
And, that was good.
That was not bad, right?
I liked it.
Yeah, that was good. I think that worked out.
I feel like if I had like a real violin or like a harp or something, my little melody would have been a lot better. Maybe like an organ or like a choir.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
If you want to be part of the Chusean religion choir,
that would be amazing.
We're not taking everyone.
No.
Okay? You have to be pretty good.
You have to be good.
You have to be pretty good, okay? And I got a good ear for it.
Oh man, that probably made so many people angry.
That's fine. We're not including everyone. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
I meant our
Does every Mormon sing in the tabernacle? No.
I meant our little Sarah.
I don't give a shit. Fuck you. You weren't the first one to start communion.
Dude, I know. I'm just kidding.
No. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
So,
dude,
that was pretty good. It's good to be back.
We need to start a fucking cult, dude.
I think we should. Again,
we've said this like multiple times on the show. It's not to fuck with anybody. It's not to abuse anybody.
No.
It's just for fun.
It's just for
just
fun.
To see how far we can take it.
You're being weird about it.
Yeah. We don't want to kill anybody.
You're being
We're
weird.
not trying to like break up marriages or like have a bunch of kids.
Gross.
No. We're talking about bringing people into a room once a week, making up the most outlandish shit ever, and seeing how long they are willing to take the shit down their throat. Like,
yeah,
that would be insane to see.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, you know what that is, though. It's manipulation.
It
is blatant
manipulation.
But it's all systematic religion, not manipulation.
It's true.
Is that not why they indoctrinate kids at a very young age in these wild and benign ritualistic beliefs and traditions?
You do have a point. So that's the closest that we're ever going to get.
Can you tell I'm a refugee from Christianity?
Yes. This entire show is a pretty clear calling card that you and I will never be religious.
No, not again.
It just won't happen again.
I'm good.
And again, as we've said multiple times, while we make fun of religion on here, if that gives you solace and purpose in your life, that's cool. That's fine. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
But as soon as you try to force that on other people, or it harms other people, or you, or most importantly, you, I don't like it anymore. Like that's sort of where it becomes a problem. If you're a quiet anything, Christian, Jewish, like Islamic, it doesn't matter. Like, cool, dude. If God gives you purpose, that's amazing. I'm happy for you.
Hindu,
that's great.
Buddhist, Taoist, Confucius,
Dude, literally anything.
Shaolin monk.
But then if you're like, this is how you should live your life because that's what my God says, I'm like, you can fuck right off. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to hear
get
that
out of my
shit. I'm
face
sorry.
with it. It's supposed to be a personal thing.
It's a personal thing.
Literally just you and God.
Would never,
or whoever.
Would never try to rob someone of their faith ever. It's just the fact of like once it becomes dangerous, I'm
robbing you. I'm robbing your faith,
dude. No, you can't.
I'm robbing your faith.
Don't, dude. Just stop.
Put the faith in the bag.
No, I can't put the faith in the bag.
Put the faith in the bag. Put the faith in the fucking bag.
Put your faith in the bag right now. Put it in right
bag.
now. Oh my God. All right, so we're gonna go from Bible camp to regular camp. What are you talking
Welcome
about?
to summer camp.
Summer camp. So,
so I'm talking about Camp by Childish Gambino, his
Childish
debut
Gambino,
EP, which came out in 2011, November 15th. I remember it very well because it was my 8th grade year.
Nice.
And it was my first introduction to Donald Glover or Childish Gambino.
Danny Glover. Donald Glover.
I'm going to put a voiceover and say Donald. Okay? So I'm going to remember that at 40 minutes and 50 seconds. Damn it. I always do that.
It's fine.
Whatever. Donald Glover, his EP debut. My first ever introduction to him and my first kind of like exposure to him.
Cool.
In general. I didn't watch Community when it came out. I actually just started watching it.
He exposed himself.
Well, I mean, yeah, he exposed himself to me.
Are you okay?
Yeah. It was great.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
It was
I liked
great.
It was awesome. So I saw this first, and then I actually really good.
All right, keep it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get you later too.
I'm sure you will.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we were kidding.
Yeah.
So I listened to this first, and I got obsessed with it. I absolutely love this album. I've always loved it. It's always been like a nostalgic thing for me because I remember it was my 8th grade year. So the summer after 8th grade going into 9th grade was a super transitional summer, as it usually is. You're going from middle school into high school, and like it was. This album helped me so much, like gain confidence and like feel.
That's really good to know.
Like not like gain but like it gave me a feeling of like these beats and like the tone of it and just some of the things he said. I was like, I like this a lot. Like I don't exactly relate to it in the same way, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
I really liked it. It was the same thing with Channel Orange.
Yeah,
Frank Ocean. Like that was a very formative album for me.
Totally get that.
So yeah. It came out, like I said, 2011, November 15th. Great time. Middle of the fall. November. I'm just kidding.
It's not the end of the fall.
Shut the hell up. Shut the fuck up.
Middle of the fall at the end.
It debuted at number 11.
Damn.
On the Billboard 200 when it first came out.
That's pretty
And
crazy.
as a debut EP, that's crazy. That's really fucking good.
Yeah, that's really
That's
good.
really fucking good. It's about, I remember saying it was like about like 40 something minutes long. I think it was maybe like 50.
Oh, it's 56 minutes total.
56. There we go. So 56 minutes. It's an hour. It's a very nice album. It is 13 tracks.
You got to do the cover art.
Oh yeah. It looks like this. Hold on. It's gonna explode.
Oh,
that
was good. I like that.
That's what it looked like.
It was really good.
As you can see, it really follows the whole, camp foresty kind of feel to it. What I can tell through this is that it is an experience of his own, and a lot of it is about a girl that I can only assume he met at a camp. And at the end, the very last song called "That Power" actually has a huge, really long monologue about this girl that he was sitting next to on the bus at camp, like when they were driving back, they were about to be at a drop off thing, at the drop off like point where they saw their parents and everything. And he talks about how this girl flirted with him and that he would never forget her and that he always wanted a girl like her. And like it describes in very, like that, like, songwriter like detail about people. It's like very specific and everything. And like, it's really cute. There's a lot of like summer camp, motifs throughout this, like especially
summer romance
through the song names. It's like the track names. We've got Outside, Firefly, Bonfire, Letter Home, Backpackers, Sunrise, Kids. It's got a lot of this. It kind of follows this camp feel to it, and I think on a metaphorical sense, anecdotal sense, I think the camp is kind of like this isolation place. Like I know when I spent 10 years at the same summer camp.
Yep.
And for me, summer camp was like this place that was like outside of the rest of the world.
Yeah. You kind of went away for a while.
Like the people you knew there and the relationships you made were like, it's one of those like what happens in Vegas kind of things.
Yeah.
But like, but it's like better because it's never like, oh, sometimes bad things happen at camp. Obviously we've heard the horror stories,
but mostly
like, when you have those good things at a camp, summer camp specifically, it's outside all the time in the woods or something like that. Like you can really, those memories, they sit in you and they really like settle in. They concrete themselves.
Well,
they cement themselves.
It's funny you say that. Like he definitely has like a not childish, no pun intended, but like it definitely has that sort of nostalgic view of the entire, I guess, aura of summer camp. Like it's not necessarily. Obviously, he references specific moments and things that have happened to him, but it's meant to be sort of like a generalized feeling of what camp is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like when you're there, what do you feel like?
Yeah.
And this is what that feels like, at least for me as well.
I agree.
Yeah. Especially at landing for us at that age, like around 12, 13 years old. Like that definitely, I'm sure, had an effect on it.
Yeah. I had just turned 14. Yeah. Because I was, I just turned 14 like a month earlier.
There you go.
And so I was definitely in the midst of the throes of pubescence and puberty and adolescence, growing into like what would eventually be me.
You.
I mean, I absolutely, like I said, I love this album. I think it's a really interesting, I don't know. It's a very interesting like throwback to what the sounds of the early 2010s were. You know what I mean?
I do.
It has a lot of that feel to it. But it's very unique. And a lot of the times like rappers and like just artists in general will, especially now, have these like vague lines that can be applied to whatever the situation, the audience member, the listener is like wanting to relate it to, so that more people can hear it. And like there's this whole relatability thing that's going on right now because it was a huge sweep through all like social media content was like relatability. We're all the same. Like I'm like you, parasocial relationships with like these like influencers and everything. And there's some very like individual specific references and bars in this album. That I love that he did it because like I love stuff like that where like I'm singing a lyric and this has never happened to me. Even outside of like a community thing, like it's like a thing for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's a moment that you get to experience. With
him.
And
it's like I think it's cool because like I think he talks about it in Bonfire, put my soul on the track like Shoes did.
Yeah.
Like he put his soul on a lot of these tracks, like Heartbeat.
He did.
Letter Home is like a whole song dedicated to this one girl in his life that he wrote a letter home to, and he's like obsessed with her, and not obsessed, but like he's in love with her, and he's just like very
cannot leave his
affectionate towards her. Yeah, it's just like Backpackers. I mean,
another great one.
A big thing that was interesting to me that is he talks a lot about haters throughout this album. And I think a lot of people, especially like with like hip hop and rap, the haters are like other listeners. And I think for him, it's like actual people in his life who like hate him.
Yeah.
Or like who he thinks hates him and everything. Yeah. Like I think it sounds very personal, man. Like, man, fuck these back. And like all these people now that he's getting success, because when he released this, it came out during his run on Community when he was still there.
Yep.
And there's actually some interview footage and like content of people, other cast members and everything being like, yeah, we heard it coming from his like his dressing room or studio or his trailer.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. Like I can't imagine being on set and hearing Bonfire, like the unmastered, like mid mix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's the major, like the main producer.
Yep. He
And
really
and
took
mixer
the reins on that one.
on this album.
Yep.
And
He's
which obviously I
stayed-
love because that's what I try to do for my own music.
He's
and
continued to be pretty active in the production side, right? Even into
I
later
don't
in his
think he's
career.
been doing it now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think
Interesting.
he's really involved because I mean he's
What am I
also
thinking of?
he's also the executive producer of Atlanta.
That's true. That is a
And like,
very
he
busy
does
job.
He's got a lot of work coming out with that show and just like getting that done, being a writer, an
Yep.
actor, a producer, an executive producer, like doing so much, and a showrunner probably.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm trying to major songs on this album. Obviously, Bonfire that released as a single.
It's a bonfire.
I mean, it's the biggest.
Turn the
It's one of the
lights
biggest
out.
songs he's known for. It was the
Don't
white girl
anything
anthem for so many
motherfuckers talk
years,
about.
especially like when
It's
around when
a
it came out.
bonfire.
All the Shine. I think that's a fantastic
Also
song.
a great one.
Heartbeat has this like kind of house rhythm to it, and it's very intimate, like kind of a clubby. I really like it. Sunrise and You See Me. I think those are great songs. Also, just if you listen to That Power, which is the ending track, I think it's a great and like it starts. The album starts with a track Outside, which it just talks about like there's a world we can live in if we go outside,
Yeah.
outside. We can follow the road, and it's just talking about like, okay, let's go on this adventure. And it's like a call to action of this album. And then at the end, he's getting dropped off, like he's on the bus riding back from camp, and they're being dropped off, and he like talks about it. And you know, in the end, he talks about, you know, I think some people would say that I went on that bus a boy and I came off a man, because he tells this girl how he feels, and like he's like, I really like you and all this stuff, and she doesn't really reciprocate it back. And he like I said, he's like, some people would say I went on there a boy, I came off a man. I would say I went on a boy and I never came off, and I'm still not off, but one day I'll get off.
Yeah.
And I think that's a cool way to end it. And like, he's obviously a very dramatic in the sense of like, he is an entertainer, and he
Yeah.
can he makes it a show. He
Knows
keeps
how
it-
to leave
he
the
knows
audience.
how to, he's a writer.
Yep.
And I think it's very interesting. And it was cool that was my first exposure to him, because since then I've always kind of kept that, you know, it's like your first love, but like when you really get into an artist, it always affects how you see that person, how you see the content for the rest of it. And I think it's been cool because of how heavy he went from, like, I feel like when he released Camp, he
Yeah.
kind of wasn't taking it super seriously because he had writing job on 30 Rock. He was doing Community. He was still in the middle of writing Atlanta. He was doing all this film and TV stuff. And he also, like you said that he was in like an indie film.
Yeah, he was
At
in
some
a mystery team.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my first exposure to him. And
He was
so
also in a sketch group in
Yep.
college and all this shit.
to me, he was always a comedian first, because
Yeah.
I saw Mystery Team, then I saw Weirdo, his comedy special from around like 2011,
one of my favorite comedy
2012.
specials of all time. I'm probably going to watch
Fantastic.
it tonight, honestly.
And then I started listening to his stuff in high school. So like I didn't experience Camp when it came out. I was more into like ASAP Rocky at that point. I think was like my big guy at that point. But yeah, like listening to it after that, it was just so weird, because it was like, that's the dude who, like, you know, is ridiculous on camera and acts like a kid half the time. And now he's just coming in with heat. Like, it wasn't even like corny Little Dicky kind of rap. Like, it was legit. But
yeah, and you know, there's some bars on there that are a little like ridiculous and kind of like,
yeah, but it works.
yeah,
It works
like
for
kind of
him.
like funny and everything, and kind of like poking at different things. But a lot of it is serious, and I think it was a cool like
yeah.
thing that it was like you got to see through like a crack in the armor of like his show self, like his professional actor self.
To
like
your
comedian.
point about, I mean, really everything that you've said, if you were disappointed in The Big Day by Chance the Rapper, this is what that feeling is supposed to be. that warmth and like reflection on one person or even like multiple people. The idea of love, both romantic, familial, and love of life and yourself. This accomplishes that way more than.
And he wasn't even married or had a kid.
And he wasn't married or had a kid or
wasn't
anything
even
else
his
like
baby
that.
mama.
So for that reason,
and it was his debut album.
Yeah,
EP,
it's extremely impressive and funny enough that he would link up with Chance himself to do things in the future.
That was such like a looked forward to an
fever
anticipated
dream.
like fucking.
It's literally like a fever dream.
That should have worked out so much better.
It should have worked out so much better.
I honestly think Chance let it fall through.
I think he
I'm
did
gonna be
too.
honest.
Well, dude, he changed so hard. He got so
but
commercial.
that was even like that was after because the internet before Coloring Book.
Yes.
When they had like they did the one song together and then they were
all she
supposed to
needed
do an
was
album.
all she needed was some.
All she needed was some.
Dude,
all she needed was
so
some.
good.
All she needed was some.
At a Clippers game on a course
Side.
dude, it's so good. They
so
should have
good.
done an album.
They mad at me. Shoot, you got more five.
Anyways, but yeah, Camp, man.
Great album. I really love
Fantastic.
it. It's one of my favorites of all times. I also hold it very dear to myself, so I'm a little biased, but I think you guys would love it, especially
It's
if
a
you
great
love
listen.
Because the Internet, or you loved Kauai, which is his second EP.
Yeah,
that he
that
came
was
out
good.
with.
That was really good.
That was a pretty good. That one was vibes.
It was solid.
And then obviously he changed when he went over to Awaken My Love. But can I tell you something? That was his big day, and it was infinitely better than Big Day.
It was.
I mean, it like
Just shot it out of the water.
if we're doing comparisons between them, like Awaken My Love is literally the Big Day.
Yeah, it is. It pretty much is.
For Childish.
Yep.
And it was so much better. And he changed too.
He did.
But
He grew up.
his change was like a legitimate. No, I
Well, it
shouldn't
was an
say
evolution.
legitimate.
No, it was an
Chance-
evolution.
Yeah, but it was more flourishing.
Chance, I don't know. You still make me sad.
Yeah, we're still kind of pissed off. We're not gonna lie. We're still pretty pissed off.
Still upset about
Still
that.
pretty pissed off.
Not gonna lie. So any final thoughts on Camp?
Butthole. No.
Cool. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll take a break for a second, then we should probably wrap it up.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. We'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Pow. Oh,
And we're back for a
wrap up.
Welcome to the wrap up show.
Wrapping the wrap up. The post.
Nick's gonna take his
pregame
ass
show.
out. Do it.
Dude. I'm doing it right now.
Do it.
Just kidding. No, you don't want to see that.
Take your ass out at home.
That's a war crime.
Eat your own ass.
That's illegal in all 50 states and
Eat
Chechnya.
your own fucking ass.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. You know that I can't do that anymore.
That's lame.
I know it is. I wish I could do it every day. So guys, we're gonna try and be a little bit more consistent, but rather than biting off more than we can chew, because apparently we can't chew it.
You can kick it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it instead of chewing it. We're gonna start
Son
off
of a
with
bitch.
one show a week. See if we can get that on a consistent schedule. It will probably release either on Monday or Friday, one of the two. We're gonna figure that out. And then after the rest of the season, most likely of doing one, then we'll go back to doing 2 a week.
And then eventually we'll do 7 a day.
Yep. You guys are gonna have so much Chase is Dead content that it'll just
And then
saturate
eventually
your
we'll just
timeline.
start live streaming our lives.
Yep.
We'll
exactly.
buy a studio apartment with just us two, and we'll just live stream ourselves
Yep.
inside.
We don't need anything else. No food, no clothes, no limits.
No condoms.
Well, no condoms.
No.
No, 100% condoms.
No condoms.
Condoms.
No condoms.
So next week we're going to be talking. Okay. So next week we're going to be coming on back with some new albums,
And we're not going to tell you what they are.
Not going to tell you yet. We'll have some more current events, and we're going to bring back some of the bits where like I show Phil some stuff and have him react to it live. We're going to try and change some things up as far as that goes. And hopefully by the next episode, we'll have a 2-camera setup so we can go like, and have it cut over to another camera, because that would be dope.
I drank the communion water.
Yeah, you did. That was definitely gross. I had my hands all in that water to bless it. Bless the chicken and the spinach.
Tastes like hands.
Yeah, tastes like hands. Got a little hand swimming around.
Yeah, it's good.
Love it.
Put a little spinach in my mouth to
Yeah, you should
Fix
probably
it.
dry that up with some spinach. Oh, that was a horrible sound. God. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, as always, for watching. We always appreciate the support. It feels incredibly good to be back, and we're excited to bring you guys the rest of the season. We do have the rest of it roughly planned out, at least as far as chase lore goes. So I'm excited for that. I think we're gonna have some cool stuff along the way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
All right, guys.
excited. I'm so excited. I'm pissing myself right now.
Phil, dude, you already said that you weren't gonna do that.
I'm almost done.
Why are you still going?
I'm done.
Oh my God. Okay.
I feel
Well,
so much better.
I gotta go get a mop, and I don't think we have one, so I'm gonna have to use my
He's gonna
shirt.
have to lick it.
I don't want to lick it this time.
Drink it from
I
the
have
floor,
to do it
baby.
every time, and I don't want
You'll
to.
be drinking my urine.
I will not be
drinking
drinking
your urine.
All right, guys.
All right.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see
you
you
guys
later.
have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Pow.